Hey everyone, this is Kirk here again at Option Alpha, and in this video I want to walk through a short SPY put using our new backtesting portfolio engine. And one of the cool things that we're going to walk through here is the ability to quickly change different portfolio allocations to see how the exact same strategy could perform under different scenarios. So this is a short SPY weekly put spread or put option that we ran on our new backtesting engine for the new beta site. And what you can see here is that it's got different lines for different capital allocations. So what's really cool about this is you can actually test not only just the performance of a SPY weekly short put, but you can also overlay different portfolio assumptions and see how the portfolio under different capital allocation assumptions would have performed moving forward. And it's actually really to see the different distinctions between the portfolios, because as you scroll down, you can just simply toggle over to the different allocations that you set and you can see the performance. So for example, in this case, if we allocated 10% of our capital per position, so every single time allocated 10% of our money towards that single SPY short put, we would have generally seen a 19.67% return on capital. We would have had a profit factor of 1.6, and our max drawdown would have been 33.72%. If we would have done 5% of our position per, or 5% of our capital per position, we would have seen a 28.08%, a 1.67% profit factor, which is much better, and a significantly lower max drawdown across the entire spectrum. Now, you can clearly see, though, that the green line, which was 10% of your capital, obviously experienced a total higher P&L at many points in the cycle. In fact, after the recent crash, though, the total P&L was significantly reduced, and actually the winner in this case was 5% of capital. So it's really interesting to see these different capital allocations, because in this case, it looked like for the vast majority of time, at least from basically 2016 through 2020, so almost 4 years, the higher allocation dramatically outperformed the lower allocation until you went through a significant black swan event, in which case the 5% allocation now underperformed the 10% allocation. So we're not here to say that one is necessarily better than the other. It's definitely a totally different mindset to be trading with 10% or 5%. But one of the cool things you can do is you can cross-reference these different allocations and set different levels of capital allocation per position and total allocation. So one of the ones that we ran in this case was, okay, 10% of our capital per position, but only a max of 30% of our capital for all positions at once. So if we entered into a number of trades where the total capital allocation was 30%, then we would stop entering trades until we reached another opening in the trading backtester and had the ability to increase the number of trades that we had and still stay under that 30% cap. So in this case, we look at the 10% per position, 30% for overall positions. We saw the return on capital was 10.87 with a max drawdown of 24%, profit factor about 1.13. Still did pretty well, and you can see this one was kind of middle of the road for most of the time period and then actually underperformed, probably because it had too much allocation heading into the actual recent black swan event that we had earlier this year. So these are really, really easy to manipulate and to adjust on the back end. So all you have to do here is just simply go over here and hit edit. Let me just squeeze my screen over so you can see the pop-up that pulls out of the right-hand side. And then all you want to do is just go down to this allocation and capital section here, and you can change not only the starting capital that you are going to run the backtest on, but you can compare up to 3 different allocations. So in this case, if we want to change the 10% allocation, we can compare the 10% allocation to, say, 15% in this case, maybe a little bit more aggressive in the beginning, even though we might have lost at the end or had gone through a huge black swan event. That might have been different. So let's try doing some different capital allocations. Instead of a percentage, we can also try a fixed portfolio size. So in this case, we'll do $5,000 per position, which will stay fixed for the entire period. And we'll do another one here where we do $3,000. Let's do this. Let's do $10,000 per position with a total allocation of 50%. Just something really aggressive here and see what we actually come up with. So once we do that, we can just save the strategy, go all the way back down and rerun the strategy. All right, and now pretty quickly we can see the new different allocations and their impact on the total P&L. So this is interesting because now we can see obviously that the 15% allocation as expected, did really, really well during most of the long bull runs. And that, again, is to be expected because you're selling puts and the market's running away from your put options. So they're increasing in ROI all the time as the market runs up. And then when you go through these big black swan events, you have significant drawdowns. Most notably, the most recent black swan event that you went through basically collapsed an entire portfolio. It took a portfolio that had gone up about 93% and actually took the portfolio basically back down to zero and below. So we did see a pretty significant recovery if you stuck with that strategy. However, the more stable strategy in this case was just simply allocating 10% per position with a max allocation of 50% at any one time. And you can see that particular orange line here had a pretty good drawdown, obviously from the top, but still remained pretty stable through the entire testing period. Again, you can just scroll down and go through the different stats and allocations of all the positions as you keep going forward. You can see that the 15% capital per position went through a max drawdown at any one time of 53%, which is a pretty hard drawdown for most people to survive through. So if you actually survived through that, you would have done, okay, and obviously made some money. If you did the 5% or $5,000 per position, you did well. You went through a little bit of a drawdown. You obviously made some money, had a pretty decent profit factor. If you had the $10,000 per position, like we said, it actually ended up being one of the better performers. Still went through a pretty significant drawdown, but the return on risk overall P&L was obviously significantly better than the other two at the end of the day. So, these are really cool things that you can do with our new backtesting engine, and we're really excited for you guys to see this in the next couple months when we start rolling this out to our members. We've done a lot of work on the back end to improve the functionality of it and to make it more flexible and ultimately give you better data coming out of this backtesting engine, including things like testing portfolio allocations and total capital allocations, which we just went through here in this video. As always, if you guys have any questions, let me know. And until next time, happy trading.